Hey everybody, it's Safi and Marco Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review show on YouTube to review movies in terms of food. And it's just Marco here today. I am here to review Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I can't remember, is there like a title that goes along with that? I can't even remember. Because that's kind of what this movie, that's uh it's frustrating. It really is frustrating. It feels like since this is 2022, everything has to suck. Like everything almost. Like funnily enough, the only good movie really this year, well there's been a couple, but the only really good one has been Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I was expecting to suck. Uh I wasn't really thinking it would be the worst, but I was still expecting it to be bad. But it wasn't. It was a masterpiece, and I love it. This movie, however, is complete trash. I did not like it at all. I thought that every single thing about it was worse than the first one, which is really weird because I'm usually someone who likes sequels more than the first ones. Like, I think that sequels sort of have a benefit to them that they come afterwards, so they can get all everyone's feedback, criticism, and they can like make people happier because they can listen to people, their audience. Like with Spider-Man No Way Home, even though I hated the movie, it did feel like the director listened to the audience. And this movie, however, this felt like a straight to DVD Sonic movie. And if I'm being honest, I really did not like it. I thought it was. I mean, where do I even begin? I mean, this movie is just 2 hours of boring trash. And it was not good. It was not good. There were some good things in it though, like for instance, I really liked Idris Elba as Knuckles. I thought he did a really good job. I liked Tails, was that her name? She was pretty good. So I liked the Sonic family, but I didn't like mostly anything else. Like, I thought Jim Carrey in this movie, if this is his last movie, then uh, yeah, that would be pretty embarrassing. Because, because in this movie, in the first one, I actually really liked his portrayal of the character. I thought he was actually kind of evil and smart, and he was actually a pretty cool character. Like, he really seemed like a genius, and he seemed pretty evil, and like he was an actual villain. Uh, and in this movie, he just feels like a cartoon, to the point of where he really reminds me of his Grinch performance. If you really liked his Grinch, but I thought he was actually better in the Grinch. So yeah, if you like the Grinch, you're gonna like this movie, the shitty live action Grinch. And then you have the human characters, and that is the biggest issue of this movie, is that honestly, you have this character and he has these rings that can take him anywhere, teleport him anywhere, and he still chooses to be in this little boring town on Earth. It just feels kind of stupid, and it feels like this isn't Sonic's home planet. This is one of his homes, I guess, now in this live action universe, but wouldn't he want to go back to the place where he came from? Wouldn't he want to go back and be in that really cool fantasy video game land? Like honestly, if I had Sonic's rings, the last place that I would want to go to is Earth. Like I would go to every single dimension possible before I went back to Earth. Or maybe I'd take little breaks and come back for like a night and then go back on adventures. Like I would never really be at Earth because I would be like, no, why would I want to do that? I want to go explore. like everywhere else in the world. Uh, but Sonic, he just wants to sit around and eat chili dogs with his dog. And I thought that this is kind of weird. It's kind of, and I don't know, the whole movie just felt really childish. It felt like a huge downgrade from the first one. And it was exactly what I was worried that the first one would be. You know, like I was really worried that this is basically a genre at this point where you have a cartoon character and they're interacting with all these live action people, and uh, I just hate this genre of movies, this genre of kids movies. Like, no, let's not go to Sonic's actual world with all the actual cool video game style characters. No, let's stay in on Earth with all the boring Earth people with their boring Earth problems and their boring Earth authority figures. Like there's a you have the military in this movie. Like what a boring organization for Sonic to go up against, or at least to face off. Whatever. What a boring group of people. Just put them right there and then compare them with like the characters you face off with in the games. All the cool dynamic robot characters, those types of characters. Yeah, trash. So I didn't like this movie. The story I can't even really remember the story because it was so goofy and so stupid. It's just the search for rings or something. I don't know. Search for emerald rings. I'm really struggling here. I can't remember it all. I wanted to enjoy this movie. In fact, I didn't watch any trailer. I didn't watch any clips. The only thing I saw was the poster, that cool poster where they recreated the second game's poster, but with the live action. I thought that was actually a really really cool poster. Like that's one of my favorite posters from recent times, I guess, because they're recreating a good poster from a time where they made good posters. And there's this whole subplot with the humans, and this just reminds me of every single movie like this that I see, like the Godzilla movies, where every single movie that I watch of theirs, I keep on saying over and over and over again, like I'm a robot made by Jim Carrey. I don't care about humans. Take the humans out of this movie, please. Get rid of them. I don't care about these ugly ass humans in this fantasy game movie for kids. I care about Sonic. I care about Jim Carrey is an exception because he's he whatever. And that's another thing in this movie. He looks like Dr. Robotnik, except he's not really an Eggman yet. He's not fat. And I was wondering, why isn't he at least getting fat? Because they did everything they could in the first movie to lead him up to becoming the character appearance-wise, except for getting him fat. And I felt like that was a big missed opportunity in this movie to not make him get fat. And that sounds weird, but they call him Eggman. And why are you calling him Eggman if he's not fat? Like that just completely kind of diminishes the point of calling him Eggman. And so I thought that was stupid. In fact, Dr. Robotnik was probably, well, the humans were the worst part, but Dr. Robotnik came close. His jokes were really childish. This movie was very dated, very, very dated. Like, the first one was not really dated. It was not really dated at all. It was very small scale story. It was very personal, fun, family story. This was like a giant mess. And there's like a 20-minute dance sequence too, randomly in the movie. Totally unnecessary and stupid. Just a bunch of stupid, dumb kids movie things in this movie that make me think like this is really like straight to DVD quality. This is straight to DVD sequel quality movie. And just thinking about other things I liked, I guess there were a few funny jokes once in a while, but I was so bored and miserable that I just wanted to take my phone out and look at my phone. Like, that's how bored I was I was like, God, I never have ever taken out my phone while in a movie, ever, but this makes me want to. Like, I have never seen a movie that has made me want to look at my phone as badly as this movie. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, oh, Marco, it's the same old shitty ass excuse, too. Marco, it's a kid's movie. Well, the thing is that, yeah, you could call it a kid's movie, but I would really call it a baby's movie. I would say this movie's for like 3 to 4 year olds max, and then after that, they should probably be done with this type of childish movie. I mean, it was really childish. Like this, I don't know why things have to get more and more childish as we go on. You know, in the 80s, we had really great kids' movies. We had E.T., Beetlejuice. You know, those are kids' movies that are good. And why are they good? Because they don't just feel like childish and babyish and almost like they're like little like baby cartoons that you just put on so that kids will look at it and they're not saying anything. So they have all their attention on a screen. You know, that's what this movie feels like. In fact, this movie could have been made by Dr. Robotnik as like a way to like brainwash kids and like, you know, like glue their faces to the screen watching this mindless garbage rather than watching good movies made for kids. So I was really not a fan of this movie. Did not like it at all. However, it wasn't the worst thing of the year. But then again, this movie's year, not this movie's years. This year's movies have been just straight garbage. And it's sad because I wanted to love this movie. It's not like I came into, you know, I loved the first one. I loved the first one. You know, the first one was a really good, refreshing movie. This was terrible. This was awful. It was, I'll never watch this again, that's for sure. Never, ever. And as for the third one, I'm not really interested anymore. I might still watch the third one though, but if movies are just gonna be in a series, they're just gonna be the same bad quality. You know, what's the point in me watching them if I'm just gonna hate them? Like, what would be the point in me watching Sonic 3 if it's gonna be this bad quality? In fact, the best thing about this movie was the end. The end credits, where they basically did a recap of the movie, but as a video game. And I loved it. I loved the ending credits sequence with all the video game animation. And, you know, it looked really fun. It was really good because it looked like the games. The rest of the movie was just on boring Earth. And so I really despised this movie. If you guys remember, I gave the first movie, Chili Dogs, Sonic's favorite. This movie, it wishes it could have chili dogs, okay? What should I give this trash? This trash movie? Ugh. Just gotta think of... Okay. Oh no, I can't do that one. Oh, okay. I know the perfect one. When you were a kid, well, when I was a kid, I would eat Lunchables once in a while. But something else I would eat once in a while is Chef Boyardee ravioli. And for some reason, as a kid, I loved, like as a little kid, I loved ravioli from Chef Boyardee. You know, the meat ravioli. I loved it. I thought it was the greatest thing in the universe. But then when I became a teenager and an adult, I tried it again and then again later on, and I hated it. And I think it's like one of the worst things I've ever eaten. It's just this childish, like little tiny raviolis, a weird taste of this canned mystery meat. You know, who even knows if that's actually beef or if maybe that's hedgehog meat or something. And so that's what this movie is. It's like you're eating a meal at home, some shitty can in the cabinet that you got of Chef Boyardee ravioli, beef ravioli. So, for spoilers, uh, I don't really have much to say at all. Actually, I don't have anything to say because I don't even care. Like, this movie's plot was so boring and dumb that why even bother? So, sorry about that. I mean, I know a lot of okay, I will say this. The movie had a lot of great little fan service references to the games that I liked. You know, lots of little sneaky references. But other than that, I did not like this movie. Unfortunately, because I wanted to like it, so it's not like I wanted to hate this. You know, like I was really looking forward to it. Please like this video and comment and tell me what you thought of the movie because I know still people are gonna like it. In fact, someone said this is on par with the first one, which, I guess they were high when they wrote that. And then please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more honest movie reviews. Goodbye, everybody. See you soon.